video I'm going to show you how to add a new residential sales property to the VaultEA database. Now the first thing I always do is check to see if it's been added to the database already. So I come up to the first search bar here and I just start typing in the address just to see if that property is there or not, which saves having duplicates in your database. The next thing I'm going to do, as I know it's not there at the moment, is click Add Property, and I want a residential for sale property, and I'm going to add it as a prospect or not currently listed. So the first thing you need to do is get the property postcode and enter that without any spaces. And then a drop-down list will appear where you can select the property address. This will populate the location, and you can actually edit this address here if you need to, if you've made a mistake or if you want to add a house name, that sort of thing. The next thing you need to do is put the information for the published location, because this is what will show on the portals. If you leave this box blank, the full address will be shown. So I always take the first couple of lines of the address and put them in here. The next thing you need to do is add the other information about the property. So this property is residential. It's a flat. It has 2 bedrooms, 1 reception room, 1 bathroom, and a carport, so I'm going to put that as a parking space. I know it's leasehold, so I'm going to change that there. So I've added the leasehold information. Your confirmation of marketing date, I would use that when you have your contract signed, add that in there. And this is also where you'd put the fees that you're charging to sell the property. So next we need is the price that we're selling the property for. If your opinion of the price was more or less than the sale price, you could put that in here, just to remind yourself what it is you think it's actually valued at. Then also you've got your optional price qualifier drop down box. So you can put whether it's a guide price, fixed price, etc. in here. You can also use this box for the additional price qualifier, but it's probably easier to use this because only certain terms are recognised by the portal. So I would use this drop down box rather than using the free form text in this case. The next you need to put in the energy performance certificate. And that will generate a graph when you click on the button there. The next thing you need to do is put in your summary description, which will be the part that appears on the snapshot on the portals. When you first do a property search, there'll be a snapshot of a property, that's what will go there. I'm just going to put in a heading, and then I'm going to put in the rest of the description into this box here. Something to be aware of, that some of the portals don't like some of the formatting that you can use, and even though you have bullet points, some of the portals like bullet points, some of them don't. Some of them like capital letters, as in if you've written the room name in full capital letters, others don't. For example, Zupa changes all capital letters into italics. So I'd be very cautious with the formatting that you use. What I would recommend you do is use sort of sentence case and then use the embolden, because that appears to work on all of the portals really well. The other thing to be aware of is not to leave big gaps between parts of the listings, because when it comes through to the portal, sometimes you've got massive gaps between each part. So don't put too many spaces in. So what I'm just doing is I'm very quickly going through and emboldening some of this listing. Another useful tip is, because Vault doesn't have a spell checker built into it, if you install the free version of Grammarly onto your browser, you can use Grammarly to correct any spelling mistakes, which is what I'm doing here. It's actually the Grammarly app that is highlighting any errors for me. So once you're happy with your listing, just click Save and Update and it will save what you've done so far. You will also get a snapshot of the property here, and you can continue editing your listing. So if you do virtual tours or you want outside links for your listing, this is where you would put them in here. And if you want to have an additional one, you can just click on the plus and it will add another line in for you. And the highlights are the kind of featured information that appear on the portal. So let's add that next. The last couple of things you can do is I would change the contact inquiry staff member to one that's relevant. So in this case, I will make it into our sales manager. And I would also make sure that the listing is available for everyone in your organisation to see. You might find that when you log into Vault that you'll notice I have a couple of extra fields on my listings. So what I've done is, because currently when you use the Vault app you can't see the key number or the alarm information of the property, I've added a free-form box here so we can record a key number, or if there's an alarm code or a key box to get the key. Though keys should actually be logged on the key tab here. So our property is now added. The next step is to go and add some property tags. So if you click on the tags tab, what you can do here is you can highlight certain criteria that you think a prospect might be interested in. So for example, this property has a storeroom, so I'm going to add that one. Also it has a carport, communal gardens, so when you come to do an applicant match for that property, you can basically search for properties with certain tags against them. In the next video, I'm going to be showing you how to add photos and floor plans to your property listing.